What's up, everybody? This is Temple of Hip Hop Mondo One, Hip Hop Cultural Specialist, and what I'm doing is basically starting a tutorial video blogs of just my perspective through the Temple of Hip Hop, some of my teachings, lesson plans, and stuff that I just do for myself on a regular basis. But I think that it's just time for me to share this with everybody. A lot of people that know me, a lot of you know that I talk about always putting something up, putting together the website, putting together an advice column or something like that, some type of a blog for um, even for just like touring or for artist development and stuff like that. And sometimes I get kind of sidetracked because you know I don't really I don't fully want to do this for monetary gains. You know what I'm saying? Like, money is important. We got to take care of our responsibilities on a daily basis, of course. Like all of you, you get up, go to work. It's the grind, it's the life, it's that rat race. It's that career, it's that you got responsibilities, you got families, etc. And I respect that, which is why um, I won't knock a hustler. Straight up, somebody who hustles not for the sake of hustling a person, but for the sake of hustling, like a hustle, like a true, somebody who goes and gets it, a self-starter, that individual that doesn't give up. That's a hustler to me. Um, so, what I want to do is put together this series of blogs whenever I get a chance, I guess. I could be a little more devoted to it, but I've got other things that are, that are pending, things that responsibilities, like and this is where I can relate to the people that are out there as well watching this. They would like to get things done, but they get pulled from different directions. And so I feel so this is another reason why I do this, is because there's people out there that work a 9 to 5 job, that would like to break free and do the things that inspire them the most, that motivate them the most, that purpose driven type of things. And some people don't know what their purpose in life is, and I can get into that as well. This is all my opinion. I'm only speaking from my opinion. I'm not saying that this is what it has to be for everybody, because that would be unconstitutional in and of itself. But so this is what I'm doing, man. This is my blog. Uh, let's call it Hip Hop Cultural Specialist Part 1. And um, so, for some of you that have read this book, it's called The Gospel of Hip Hop. This is my beat up version of it. This book has been all over the world with me on my travels over the years. I've had various different books, different ones, and they've faded out. Some of them got, left behind. Uh, I'm embarrassed to say that I've left some of my books behind that I treasure so much, but in different places, hotels and venues, and people's houses. I lent them out. People asked to borrow them, and I'd rather go buy one, than to say, hey, let me get that book back, because I know that they're reading it, or they're going through it, referring to it, or it's probably still sitting on somebody's shelf, and then in the right moment they're gonna need to pick that book up. It might fall off the shelf or something and open up to the right page. So it's all good. But this is my body of knowledge that I refer to. This is you know um, where I get my curriculum, my lesson plans. This is a book that was written by the teacher KRS-One, and various other people as well that contributed to the book. Real lives went into this book. Some people who have passed, and other people who are still, in doing their thing, part of the movement, hip hop, the preservation of hip hop, preservation of the individual. Um, so this is where the I am hip hop philosophy comes from. And rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live, and how to live life, um, as a hip hopper. And some of the things that I might go into may go against some of the belief systems that some people have, because it's like extreme things that, like, something as extreme as saying, you know, quit your job, you know, uh, drop out of school, uh, break up from a relationship, start a new relationship, that type of thing. And there's validity behind why it's said, but it has to be, listened and understood in context. It can't just be taken out of context, like a lot of things that happen in the media and in schools and et cetera, et cetera. So, but there's things that I really want to go over. And so this is it. So if I don't start now, all right, I'm in my whip. All right, got the AC bumping because it's hot as heck outside. And, you know, I'm just going to get right down to it. So enjoy. Hopefully you glean, a lesson from, or some knowledge or something that's helpful throughout your day. And it's funny because today, just now, like a little bit ago, and I even posted this on Facebook as a quote, some guy in the elevator, I walk into a hotel lobby to get some information, and I asked the guy, I grabbed a cup of coffee, and then I asked the guy, I said, hey, do you know where the ice machine is? Because I don't like hot coffee. So he's like, it's usually on the second floor, third floor, fifth floor, sixth floor, seventh floor, so he starts going on. And I go, oh, man, all right. So he was heading up there as well. And then he goes, he's like, pick a number from 2 to 22. And then I go 2, because I'm going to the second floor. It's the next floor up. He goes, oh, yeah, okay. And then he goes, now pick another, no, and then he goes, pick another number. And he goes, from 7 to 22. And I said 22. And then he was like, it's interesting. He was like, wow. And I go, what? What's so interesting about that? And then he was like, he goes, Proverbs 2:22. He goes, he says, do not turn to the left or to the right and then he goes, no, wait, wrong one. He says 2:22. He says, for the wicked will be, what did he say? For the wicked will be cut from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. And I was like, And he was like, that's interesting. And then we get to the second floor. This is all like in a matter of seconds. And then I was like, okay, that's cool, man. Thanks. I'll take that with me. And then he was like, well, thank you for being such a helpful conductor, a test conductor. And I was like, that's interesting. I said, no problem, peace, whatever. And then, so obviously the gentleman was, I asked him, I said, did you memorize the entire Bible? You said the whole book? He says, no, just the book of Proverbs. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, the Gospel of Hip Hop, this book is designed, it's got a very similar pattern, and it's like it has its freestyles in the middle. And then, so in the middle, so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I wonder what today's freestyle is, rhymes that'll get you through the day, things to contemplate, and meditate on, very helpful things. And might as well show you what today's is. And so I thought it was interesting. And it's July 26th, August 26th, freestyle, Gospel of Hip Hop. Seeing God's finished work is a spiritual practice, yet even the most powerful of preachers still lack this. So, and then I heard, taking the other piece and then putting this together, and I was like, all right, that's interesting. So, it's however way you take it, however way I take it. Like I could take it and say, whatever I encounter today, this will be some useful information. Hopefully, I don't have to make a decision of going left or right, because probably some foul shit left or to the right of me, or could be like, the left or the right, like as in, politics, stay focused, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't listen to all the bullshit that's happening, and then the unfaithful, and then being wicked, being cut and torn from the land. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, with all the stuff that's going on right now, these, I I mean, I could steer it towards what's going on today. You know, Ferguson, Mike Brown, and stuff. You know, the unfaithful. These peace officers are supposed to be faithful to the people, you know, and they're doing some wicked things, and you know what I'm saying. And then also, like, you know, by not being faithful, you know, they're going to be cut out. It seems like they may be getting cut out. There's something, some type of change, or some type of power being removed, or something, like with all the social activism that's going on, the people speaking up against it, you know, rallies and etc. So let's see what happens. It maybe, maybe not, you know what I'm saying. But this way of approaching things, you know, where you glean for the more deeper things, you know, spiritual significance and stuff, you know, that's interesting. I'm down with that, you know what I'm saying. And anyway, so I'm gonna get into it. So this is blog number 1. This is Temple of Hip Hop, Mondo One.